Hey guys, I'm Gefen. My pronouns are she, her. I was in tech for many years, was in VC, still am on the side. I did a whole bunch of things for years and years, and I hadn't really had a lot of time to kind of reflect and figure out what was making me wake up in the morning, what makes me tick. And coffee's always been my love language, my escape from work, from school, from everything. And I went to UCLA and I studied natural language processing, computer science, and linguistics. And I really thought that I was going to start an AI startup right about like now or 2 years from now, back in 2020. And instead, I was working at Tesla right when the pandemic hit. I was living in the Bay Area. I hadn't finished school. I took off time from school to go work there because I had a cool offer. And March 2020 hit, and I decided that with some silence, with some reflection, with some meditation, that I wasn't that happy doing even the most dreamiest of roles in tech. So I went and started a concept that at the time was Couplet Coffee. We were really early. I still only ended up graduating from school at the end of 2020. So what had really happened was just me creating my own personal brand and talking about what it was like, the process of figuring out how to go 0 to 1 on building something and figuring out if there's a problem to solve and understanding the market. And that was just like 2020. Still in school. I was working part-time at Tesla and a couple other things. And then Couplet became my full-time job in 2021, like right at the beginning of 2021. I decided to make the leap. And so the gist of what Couplet Coffee is now, that's the origin story a little bit. We launched exactly a year ago, and it's been an interesting journey. I've changed my mind a lot about a lot of things. I've stuck to my guns in terms of like what we are at our core and, making sure that we're building something that's really fun and inclusive and great. But the gist is that we are a specialty coffee brand that is also a lifestyle brand and are kind of reinventing what it means to be a coffee brand now, because there's been a lot of iterations on like what that looks like. It's a super crowded market, it's a commodity, there's like a lot of different reasons for someone to not start a coffee company. I've been into coffee for over 10 years. I've been known to be into coffee for over 10 years. um and I had realized that it was ripe for innovation, just kind of seeing my friends at Fly by Jing create something that's not necessarily brand new, but kind of like entering a new category, branding it differently, approaching the market differently, even go to market was different. Everything was different about it, even though the core product was something that was really popular in a certain region of the world. And it's just kind of like reinventing it's kind of really bridging the gap between really the specialty coffee snobs and people who just like really good branding. They are into coffee. So many people are into coffee. Obviously, it's the number one beverage in the world that's drank by people. So that's kind of an easy win there. But yeah, and the way that we've kind of bridged the gap over the past year is, well, we're a best-selling product on Fellow Products Marketplace, and we're the youngest brand on there by many years. And that kind of showed us like, okay, we have a really premium, like really high quality coffee. Like we've really focused on kind of honing in on that and making sure that everything on a SKU level is magnificent and people have a lot of aha moments and like really enjoy it. So we're not reintroducing great coffee to people that are already in the specialty coffee community. We're just showing them that you can look and feel very different and feel more inclusive. And it's like a really funky, weird packaging that somehow resonates with people. And on the other side, we are also very much introducing a lot of people to specialty coffee. So we sell these $30 like heart red French presses. We also sell $30 chocolate mocha pots. So we're trying to kind of create this. They're trying to create that moment at home, the same moment where you're like, try something at an independent coffee shop. You're really impressed by it. You think it's fantastic. You pay your $7 plus tip to enjoy it. We're realizing the recession is looming and a lot of people are making coffee at home because of COVID. A lot of people ended up making coffee at home, and it continues to be a really growing category. And I was just like, I don't know, every single coffee brand I've ever seen does the same exact thing. They have the same language, the same packaging, the same branding, the same video content. Everything feels the same. Like no one's really differentiated. And now, a year later, a lot of coffee brands, a lot of big coffee brands and a lot of mid-sized coffee brands have actually copied Couplet and what we've done quite literally. Like I'd seen these companies for 15 years and they're like, oh, that's cool, that's innovative. And for instance, we made this glass like in 2021 as like a limited edition artist drop. Simple glass. It's just like kind of a tall boy beer can, except with really fun design on it. And it went super mega viral. People just hadn't seen a coffee company do that. And it's not something that's brand new. I borrowed the idea from beer companies. They have really cool looking IPA cans. They also do, you know, nice designs on these sort of glasses. And I just was like, why aren't we doing that in coffee? We're using the same glassware. So the gist is that since starting Couplet Coffee a year ago, we are now on 350 shelves and growing. We are basically angling more towards the B2B side because it's actually a really great customer acquisition tool for us. So, we do a lot of corporate gifting. We sell to coffee shops. We work on coffee programs with bars and restaurants, like really intentionally chosen, which ones we work with and how much we build out for them and how much of a presence we create in the store. We host massive events in LA and we get about 350 plus people in the door at a time. So we're really honing in on creating a community. So we're really trying to figure out 0 to 1, like how does this resonate with people organically, and are people in our original theses with like starting this company real? Does it make sense? And we've now that we know from the 0 to 1 that yes, the packaging resonates, it sells well on shelf, people show out to our events. And so now we're about to raise our next round to throw some fuel into the fire. So that's kind of the gist.